Okay, chat, we're gonna switch gears just for about 10-15 minutes and do a bit of VOD review on behalf of Yoshi, since he spent the points. Disclaimer, this is console and it's actually a scrim and you're filling for the team you're coaching, so roast the fuck out of me and you're the Anna. Okay, let's see. Nintendo Donuts or Albino Narwhal?
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
You seem like a albino narwhal kind of person. There we go. All right, let's go. What do we have here? Okay, some Anna VOD review. We'll see what we got. Let's see what we got. This is where my expertise is at. You gotta do a... So you're staying out here, checking for that angle. That's good. Do you set nade here or do you YOLO it? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you're red. Nice nade. Flat, thanks for the host. GG's, man. A little tilting, but hey, whatever. It's all good. Thanks, Flats. Okay. I think for right here, for what it's worth, I don't know how much easier it is to shoot scoped on console. But like right here, when you've already detected that the enemy team is playing there's no threats here, and you have a wall here, just take the safer shot and just scope in at this distance. People always ask, when do you scope in as Anna? When do you stay unscoped? For the most part, scoping will always be more accurate than unscoped shots, right? Like if you are in a position that allows you to be safe, because when you're scoped in, you can't really move and you're easy to get clipped by Tracer and get killed or get sniped, right? So you only scope in when, you know, you're safe. And based on this, like immediately I would have just shot it. This guy got dynamited, so I would have just sat there, scoped in, and then pocketed him instead of taking the risky unscoped shots here, which you can kind of see. You missed a few like that. Oh, he died. Holy fuck. Right? So that's like rule number one is Anna in general. Just scope in if you're safe. It's better to scope in. It's just gonna naturally be more accurate. Better to scope in when you're safe, sorry, specifically. Overall, scoping, unscoped, and quick scopes have their own place. I'm just saying, in general, when you want to scope, that was an opportunity to stay scoped there, despite that distance. Okay. Yep. Playing here is fine. Just shooting unscoped. So here, unscoped is okay against D.Va because she's a big body. It's hard to miss, and she's right in front of you, so that's fine. Aspen said she's gonna play music. Oh. Okay. Go for a cheeky nade there against the Orisa shield is tough. I fuck up a lot by nading the shield a lot as well, but in general, against the Orisas, you gotta wait for that shit to crack. There you go. Fast nano, so now you gotta think, okay, who do I nano in this case, okay? You could nano the Reinhardt, but you want to wait for the Genji, but he's only at 60% to blade. But sometimes it's tough because you've already a minute and a half into this push. It's already close to halfway done, and your Genji is still like 60% to nano, right? So this is where I'd actually consider nanoing Rein. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Nice. Because you need to make a move here. You're running out of time. You're banking. That's the thing when you play Anna, when you bank so much on one combo, what if like you waited another 30 seconds for him to finish the nano or finish the blade, and then you nano him and he still can't get value, and then you're gonna be back at square one. No nano, no Genji blade, and you have to take another fight with like 130 left. But here it's 230, 225 left on the clock. You have your nano, he's still like 30-40% away. Fuck it, you nano Ryan. You got to make something happen. If this push fails, everybody else was able to build their ultimates off this. You burn their ultimates. Look at that. Sigma casted his ult. Their Anna casted her ult. They bongoed. You got a lot of ultimates out with just that Reinhardt. That's okay. That's pretty good, even if you lose. Then next fight, you have not a nano blade, it's a naked blade, but it might find value there. So think about it in that capacity. I'd say it was worth it, even if you lose this fight. One nano for that much. We take that, right? Because like I said, if you sat there and just poke 1 minute and you go for nano blade, they would have had the sig ult. Might have been slept. Probably could have bobbed there. They wouldn't have casted all those ultimates because they were waiting for the blade. But you nano the Rhine based on the circumstance of the game, and he didn't have it. Like if your Genji built it earlier, like for sure you go for the nano blade, but you have to read the situation. And there I agree. I agree with that, Nano. There was the alternative is to wait, and who knows, that blade could pop off and still win you the fight. But I would have taken the high percentage play and gambled on that too. You just run out of time sometimes. I've noticed that with Genji being buffed, I gamble too hard on waiting for the blade, and if the blade gets no value, we just lose. You're kind of caught in no man's land here, so you're gonna die. It's okay. Damn, I sub, but didn't show on stream. Just want to know I love your content. You're my favorite streamer and help me climb just oh so much. Thank you, Moxo. Mox OW, appreciate it, bro. How do you submit your VODs to review? 50,000 stream points. I only do one per stream if one person redeems it, so. Yeah, running in with the team there was okay, but the minute they backed out, like you went for the really aggressive angle, but since your team backed out, you didn't have a place to help anymore. So those angles are only reserved for like when your team wins. You have to recognize it fast though. Anyways, this is console, guys. You're gonna go up here, go up to the high ground, take an aggressive position. I don't actually come up here that often right after a fight. I tend to stick on cart and let my DPSs control this angle. It takes, do you see how long it took for you to get up here as a support? And like half your team was low. They already went for a fight here. All you can do at this point is, yeah, you heal them. You have to come all the way around and control here. Like, I mean, in hindsight, it's okay as long as nothing happened. But because the enemy team respawns so early, there's already an engagement and you're still going up the stairs. Kind of risky, but eh. It's okay. All right. Okay. Hey, your Sombra's right beside you, right? Chilling. So you're in the spot to heal. Okay. Oh, there's a Torb. Go for that blade. Go for that nano. All right. Sleep the Bob. All right. Torb is behind you. Oh, you are so dead. So the Torb was managed. So because nobody else controlled this high ground, the Torb was able to stand there and just drop. On this phase of Dorado, somebody always needs to contest this. I know your Sombra is up here, but the minute she dropped down, nobody else was up there. She needed to clear this angle. If you're a Sombra or any sort of DPS and you have control, make sure nobody else can get up there. The only way Torb can't fly up here. He had to take the long way. If you can just get him down, it goes a long way. He wouldn't have been able to do that. What happened here? How did Torb get there? Okay, Torb is going up right now. The Sombra, she saw it. Okay. Hacked them. Oh my god, they did try to force him down, but the team fight. Oh, he lived with 20 HP. He got away with murder. Okay, your team did actually force him down, but he lived with like 10 HP. Unlucky. Good call to force him down. Poor execution. Can you hug Jiglet? Yeah, you redeemed it? Sorry, here you go. What's up, Levy? What rank is this? I don't know yet. We'll guess the rank after this. Okay, so this is what I would do. You come down here, you sit there, pocket. You went for a very aggressive nade there. Wow, that hit. Good stuff. From this distance, gotta look around. Yeah, that Ashe needs to be. Yeah, that's tough. It's tough because I know why. You move closer to get some cover against the Ashe, but at the same time, if you played here, by default, you kind of play here away from this corner, but then that exposes you to this angle. But then Ashe can just shoot you for free if nobody deals with her here, but nobody was shooting her. So instead of staying here, you kind of have to move up and get a bit of cover. I get that. That's like a communication thing that can be worked on as a team, where if I was an Ana there, I would have been like, guys, just somebody just look at the Ashe, Like D.Va, maybe just like fly at her and fly away. That alone will force that Ashe to probably coach gun away and then change angles, and she'll probably be down here and shoot you. You know what I mean? Just yeah, that's a communication thing. I think I get why you did that. What's up, Jazzy?
I'll read it.
The turret, you can destroy it. Just destroy it yourself. Or just crouch underneath it. Fuck it. Okay. You're in. Alright. Alright, be careful of this angle around this corner here. What the fuck is happening? Oh my god. Be careful of rotating to the left here. Like, as soon as like your Rhine started backing up, I probably would have just stayed around here to block that line of sight, because technically this line of sight is kind of risky because of the high ground control. They can shoot down you and your Rhine shield's breaking. The other option is just to hug this wall, like right here, based on where you were. Just two options to think about. Not saying this was the wrong one, but multiple ways to think about how to approach team fights. Position 1 was there, second position here. Yeah, all you can really do is this. They have a bongo, you pretty much lose that because nobody can get deep enough. Just reset. Ooh, Moira, nail jail. Nice. Just be careful of wasting, like, you can, all you got to do when you're like during downtime at this point is, if when you're playing more, is just tap the heal once. It'll heal 60 HP across like 4 seconds. I think you're already down like 1/5 of your juice bar. You don't have to do it that often. You do not have to, you're doing it way too much. You see these like little like yellow particles? That means it's in effect right now. Just gotta tap it once. No need to tap it a million times. Just a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. You hear that sound? Alright, damage orb. I would say you don't need to fade there. It's a little bit of mechanical stuff. Yeah, be careful, there's Kumis everywhere. There you go, he's dead. Probably just heal orb here. Heal orb, heal orb. You see that low HP Mei? On Moira, always just orb off cooldown, basically. It's so good. It's so free. You don't have to do anything. It just automatically moves for you. Like right here, okay, you're if you're gonna damage orb like that and try to confirm for kills, sure. Okay, then you just pop off on this Torb, try to kill him. He can't shoot you. The minute you get orb right now, just toss a heal, because you can see this Mei is getting low into this corner. Just toss it in that room and then let her jump around it. Because you have multiple low targets. Okay. Just heal here. You'll get so much more. There you go. I was gonna say, in the instance where like we don't know if Ryan's gonna put up his shield or not, and you have like you're like 5% from Cole, at this point, just sit here and just heal the rest of it to get your ultimate charge. It's so much faster. But anyways, you pop coalescence, try to look for some value, try to play off that momentum. That's fine. Nice. I probably didn't need to fade there. I'm gonna say your Moira, I think you're fading when you don't need to, and Moira's fade is like Reaper's Wraith form. You don't want to just fade for no reason. Like, you hold on to it until you actually need it, or you're gonna reposition. And in that case, you weren't really dodging anything, but it felt like that was a panic fade. It seems like your team has momentum, so you're doing damage orbs. That's fine. Okay. Biggest takeaway from your Ana at the beginning was just understanding when to scope versus unscope. Like I said, the bottom line for most Annas is you stay scoped in whenever possible because it's going to always give you the most accurate shot. It's hit scan and it's easier to hit. Only time you ever do that though is of course when you're safe and behind cover, and there was an opportunity, many opportunities where I felt like you were safe enough to just stay scoped in. Number two, you can I remember when your diva was low and you're unscoped, that was fine, just shooting it like that. The fuck? Okay. You could just stay unscoped against your tanks and stuff, but then you just stay scoped for your squishy. It's just easier to hit. Unscoped here, that was good. So just learning when to scope and unscope. Number two, during downtime, I like your aggressive positioning. Don't know if it's my favorite, but like I like the idea. Like that concept can be applied onto many different maps. This one specifically, like you coming up here, not necessarily your job, I would say. It's pretty cheeky. It's one of those like you'll do it once in a while things, but it seemed like the only person on your team that could control high ground was Sombra, and she was up here. It's just unfortunate the Torb didn't die. It's tough though, because when you're up here eventually during a team fight, your sight lines are kind of trash because the team will end up fighting. Your team is naturally going to retreat under here when they're playing around this corner, and if you play up here as Anna, you literally can't heal them here. The only thing you can do is force enemies off, and once that's done, you kind of have to like stand over this ledge like this to heal them, which may expose you from here. But like that concept is good, just to like think about all scenarios, whether it works in that situation or not. And number two, I feel like you're very defensive oriented. I didn't see you scoping in and pressuring enemies too often. So in the instance where you remember the second fight where you were here, but then you saw the Ash and you're like, fuck it, and then you just went close to get undercover. Obviously it's on console, but on PC, if I'm here, I think this positioning is like a bit safer in regards to like compared to here, because if you play here as Anna, you're just exposed to 1, 2, 3 payload and 4, just too many angles. If you're playing here, I would normally stick here, but if it were me, I would have challenged that Ash from that distance. You don't have to necessarily kill her, but I feel like you weren't really challenging enemy DPSs a lot and forcing them away from their angles, and that's one thing you can do to make space as a support, and how you carry and how you bring yourself to not just be a 50% win rate, you know. Anna, you gotta learn when to be aggressive and when not to be. And let me just fast forward to that part. I think it was like right around here, wasn't it? Was it here? Might have been around here. Yeah, right here. Okay, you put a shot into the Ash. I saw it. Do it again. Was it this fight? I can't remember. Get her away. There, nice shot. You gotta heal your team a bit. Okay, you forced her away. Got a shot. Fuck it. Then I knew your team needs healing. Then you turn around, but then the Ash gets to do whatever she wants. So like, in this scenario, you put a shot onto her, great. Once she retreats, you try to put a second shot, that's fine. Now you turn around to your left and heal. Put a shot. Heal left. Look back at the Ash.
Happy Friday.
There's a lot of like chaos management. I hate that word, that term, but it's kind of true. With Anna, you can't tunnel and do one thing for too long in team fights. Like, you're gonna be looking aggressively, you gotta be looking defensively, and then halfway through healing, when they're kind of like half health and relatively healthy, and there's somebody else taking another angle, you turn and put a shot, and then turn back. It's a lot. It's tough. You did put a shot on her and you try to pressure her, but it's just in that scenario, I think eliminating this angle might have been more powerful than letting your diva demech, because your diva demeching could have survived for a bit longer. But that Ash got a huge dynamite off, which ended up turning the fight for them. It's more about reading the situation. It's tough. It's tough. But something else. That's just something else to consider. And then as Moira at the end, the biggest takeaway was don't just fade off cooldown. Even if you're like feel like you're slightly in danger, you have so much self heal and you have a healing orb. Like you're safe for a long time. You just fade out of CC and stuff that really feels like a threat, and don't waste your P so much. You're kind of just like spraying it when you don't need to in between downtime. Okay, that's the biggest takeaway from the support chat. What rank do you think Yoshi is? Now that we've done the review, this is how we normally do it. We watch a review, then we ask the chat what level you think that gameplay was. Well, happy Friday. Thanks, Drummy, for the 300 bits. Solid. Lots of plat and gold. Okay, okay. All right, Yoshi, tell him. What's your rank and what was your team average for... He said he was ringing in for a scrim here. This team is 3,800 to 4,200. Yoshi's SR is 3,600. So this was Masters. A Masters level scrim on console. What? I love how some of you guys are like, huh? You can't just pick one gameplay. May not have shown them at their best. Maybe the synergy was a bit off. Some of you guys said silver. I love how some of you guys are like, no way, I'm so much better than that. The chat's molding. I'm so much better than this person, but I'm stuck in gold on console. How is this person masters in console? You can't cherry pick one game, guys. It's just one game. And it was a scrim. He rang in. There's no synergy.